pretty bland.
Okay. Anonymous says, Rich and chat, about No More Heroes. Play both? Or just two like Zone of the Enders? Also, if one is needed, PS3 or Wii? PS3 lets you stock power-ups, warp to jobs, and a retry option. What say you? Plus chat. I actually own the PlayStation 3 version of No More Heroes 1, but I've never played it because I've been thinking maybe someday I'll find a PlayStation Move on the cheap.
Oh, sure.
That's a game I actually kind of like motion controls on, and I don't want to play it with a normal controller.
Oh, really?
They do the finishing. It's just like the finishing moves. It's not like every attack is a waggle.
Ah, yeah, okay. Interesting.
And then your stances, it's like which position you're holding it, so you're not switching like a button for like high and low attack. I don't mind the motion controls on No More Heroes.
Okay.
So I haven't played the PS3 version. I can't tell you the Wii or the PlayStation one. I'd say play both. Most fans seem to like one more. Not necessarily because of the gameplay, but because of the characters. The boss characters have a little bit more depth to them in one. I think they're fine in both games.
Oh. What do you mean boss characters? Oh, versus 1 and 2?
Like, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were...
The bosses as characters are more developed in 1.
Okay.
They've got, like, a scene that plays, like, before and after. That goes a little bit more in-depth than what you get in No More Heroes 2.
I thought you were still talking about whether to get the Wii or PlayStation version.
You are totally right. I can see where that would be confusing, and
okay.
I apologize.
No problem.
So most of the fans seem to appreciate No More Heroes 1.
Uh-huh.
I think they have a point, but I think No More Heroes 2 is still really good. I recommend playing both and in order.
Well, there you go.
And on the Wii.
No, I probably, and I see in the chat, I probably won't do a Blade 2 review, even though I'd love to, because we kind of covered most of the stuff in the Blade 1 review. Blade 2 is a great movie, though. Like, watch Blade 2, stay away from Blade 3. Blade 2 is the Guillermo del Toro Blade. Mm-hmm. And so it's a little campier and a little sillier, but that makes...
Margaret, Alice Moonlight, Margaret, what was her last name? Starlight and Moonlight. I forget which was which. But those two, implied to be sisters, are fun. No More Hero 2's got, forget his name, the horror game inspired one, like the Jason kind of character with the baby mask. I don't remember his name. Ryu. Like I said, they're not as developed as characters, but I think there's some fine boss fights in No More Heroes 2. Matt Helms, that was it. Matt Helms, that fight in No More Heroes 2 is just it's a good old-fashioned brawl, which I enjoy as a boss fight. It's not, recognize the pattern. He's doing the special attack now, and there's your opening. It's just he's got a thing he's swinging around, and you got a thing you can swing around. And you just fight each other, and it's a satisfying boss fight, Jack.
Okay, you know what?
In a creepy house with a guy with a baby mask and a flamethrower.
So we talked about that like in our Zelda review, where it's like sometimes all you want is just a brawl.
Yes! Why don't more boss fights work out that way?
Well, it's like so far here we've gotten a couple boss fights, and you know what they are? Here's the important part of boss fights. They should be the same, you should use the same moves that you've been using all game, but it's just bigger and stronger. That's what a good boss fight is. Like the bosses here in Bayonetta so far are the exact same. They're just bigger and they take more. Temporal witch powers. I don't see any helpful stuff in the chat. So what I've been trying to do is hit it and then use my dodge to dodge inside the wall, but that doesn't seem to be working. Anyone have any ideas for temporal witch powers? Yeah, witch time is dodge, but it's not working. Find a way to trigger witch time. Yes, I know temporal equals time. Thank you, sounds risky. Oh. There was a bird.
Isn't there like a time stop thing if you get like a certain meter full? Oh, jeez.
Wait, there's this bird I can try to catch. Okay, great. Well, there's the time stop thing if you dodge at the right time.
Right, I know there was another... I think there was another one, though.
Oh. Let me just try to dodge again and see if that works. Nope. Dodge after creaming the wall, or there may be...
Go to the statues.
There's a statue?
Turn around. Oh! And I had this happen once. Fuck around with these statues.
Oh, okay.
That's...
Oh.
Yeah. Walk up next to hit X. Lift it. You're going to have to dodge a lightning bolt. Perfect dodge the lightning bolt. Then you get a long-lasting slow time.
Oh, okay. I was not... I was...
There you go. What?
Okay, well, at least we know what to do now.
Oh, dodge it closer to the wall. So hit them, run over there.
Oh, that's why it gave me the timer. Okay. So, okay, cool. I get it now. That's why it gives me the timer. Nope.
Maybe you can get the lightning to actually hit the thing, too.
Ooh.
Maybe kill two birds with one stone,
That's
Jack.
a good idea, Rich. Hey, everybody, I'm sorry I did not know about this whole statue thing.
Yeah, Jack was not playing at that point. I was still playing.
Remember, I was reading chat and, you know.
Alright. Sorry, Chen says. Don't know if it's because I haven't played fast games like this in a long time, or just aging. But this almost strains my eyes. But the game does look badass. Has that happened to you with recent games? I don't think it's getting older. I think it's... Because I know what you've been doing lately. I think it's playing the Zelda game.
Every game has its own pace.
Breath of the Wild is a much slower paced game than this.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see where that would be jarring.
I just threw a car.
Cool.
Probably didn't want to do that.
Crawler Raptor says, Rich, sorry for your wheel-shaped loss. Your vengeance showed in my impossible Iron Man Long War XCOM 2 opening mission. Rookie Rich Evans finished with 4 kills and a promotion. Ricky Packard survived. Good work, Jack.
I'm pretty good.
Good work.
Pretty good.
Zach of the Axes says, I have been working on a Wheel of the Worst cosplay for a convention at the end of the month, and now I have to worry about people knocking me over. Jack would have smiled if he weren't playing the game.
It just took me a little bit because I'm trying to figure out how to concoct stuff.
I understand. The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla says, I'm making a film list. Any suggestions? The genre is action hero franchises that never made it past one film. Buckaroo Banzai, Remo Williams, Jake Speed, The January Man, F. Folks. I've never even heard of this one. And Quigley Down Under. Well, first one that came to my mind was Remo Williams.
I get it. Yeah, you like Remo Williams.
What was the one we watched for Best of the Worst?
Which one?
With Stamos. John Stamos.
I didn't see that one.
John Stamos and Gene Simmons.
Oh, which is, by the way, coming out on Blu-ray soon.
Yeah.
Is Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that one.
But that was totally an attempt at a franchise that failed. Never Too Young to Die. Yeah.
What does the heart do?
Cobra. I don't think this is just an action movie that only had one movie. I think they had to have had plans for sequels. Like they had in their mind that this is going to be the long-running franchise and people were going to love this character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Cobra really fits the bill. Oh well.
Hey guys, what does the heart do? I got a heart thing. I'm all out of health and I'm just gonna die. I guess I just need to accept death. That's what I really need to do. I just need to accept death. Tango and Cash? Yeah, maybe Tango and Cash. They were trying to make a series.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Like, The Running Man? No.
No, right.
Definitely not The Running Man.
Oh, God. Jack skips cutscene. Yes!
Bradle23 says, banjos are cool as hell. What kind of banjo music do you listen to / play?
I like bluegrass. I'm a fan of bluegrass music in general. But I don't know how to play anything like that yet because I'm just I'm just learning.
Oh, by the way, Jack.
Yeah.
Spin around the left stick and hold down Y. Not necessarily hold down, but just start like mashing Y.
And you just shoot like a crazy person?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Also, when you do a combo,
Yeah.
hold a button at the end of the combo, and she'll just start unloading her gun into their head or whatever.
Nice.
Have I been following the Cicada 3301 puzzles? I don't even know what that is.
Well, there you go.
Like, just, like, hold down one of the buttons in the middle of a combo. Like that.
Nice.
All kinds of fun shit you can do. Mash.
I did.
Oh, never mind.
I did.
Sari Chen says, also, speaking of being very critical, I'm glad you did not completely crush my prereq Toto Rich and Jack drawing.
Oh, no, that was cute.
No, that was cute. Anyway, good stream. Have a good day. I think I may go nap soon. You're likely already napping now. How long it takes us to get tips, but thank you very much. Anonymous says, good sirs. As a Horizon Zero Dawn dev.
Hey!
If we don't have a confirmation.
Well, if you are, it's a great fucking game.
I was so certain you two would hate the game. I am really glad to see you guys enjoyed it. It's that kind of support keeps us going on our end. Cheers. Thank you.
If that is you, obviously, you're anonymous. We have no idea who you are. But, hey.
Oh, it's a nice setting and some neat robot fights. Only issue is I can't stand precision aiming with a mouse.
We're still getting comments, Rich, about you buying one of those goddamn $150 mouse.
Which Sony could brick at any moment with a firmware update.
Of course. Oh, I dodged that. Oh, I did not dodge that. There we go. Boom! Boom! You can't handle this. I'm fucking awesome at this game. Yeah, I need my hair fist. Eat it. You know what? This game's pretty fun.
Face it needs to come to PC. Like I think Sony just paid for it. I don't think that can happen Sony's not going to release it on PC.
No, Sony's smart. Sony says we need exclusives.
That's true.
That's one of the right now that is a selling point for no fuck. Oh fuck.
Even though I haven't liked all of their exclusives.
Yeah.
But Bloodborne and Horizon.
Yeah.
They're totally winning, the exclusive war with Xbox right now.
Oh fuck it! Xbox doesn't have any exclusives anymore because everything comes to fucking PC.
Halo. Well, okay, yeah, it comes to PC. Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
But ignoring that.
Oh, okay, sure. Like the Windows
that.
Store.
Right.
Okay.
We'll count that as part of their exclusive. Well, Halo, more Halo. Never gonna not be Halo. And Gears.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
Well, I think Titanfall. Is that a window?
Is that exclusive to?
Might be.
Is that not on? Oh, that might not be.
They got Titanfall. I'm sure they have other stuff
I didn't know
too.
that was exclusive.
I think Titanfall 1 was an Xbox exclusive.
It's 2?
I assume.
Okay.
I assume Titanfall 2 was on PS4. Oh, well then never mind.
Titanfall was on PC too. I don't, but everything Xbox is now though with their Windows Store thing.
Well,
I'm just saying amongst the consoles.
Sure, but like that's part of my point, which is like they've incredibly screwed the pooch as far as people buying one of their consoles.
If you took PC out of it, and I would never do that because I'm a diehard PC guy.
Right.
You only get a PlayStation 4 or a Xbox One. And, that's where you're looking at exclusives at.
Yeah.
And Sony's ahead. Right?
Oh, of course. I mean,
Gears 4 is boring as fuck. And I didn't mind Gears 1 and 2.
Right. No, Gears 4 is Uncharted level. And PlayStation has Horizon.
Yeah, Gears 4 is just boring. Uncharted doesn't even like having gameplay. It wishes it didn't have to have gameplay.
I barely count Gears as gameplay.
It just wants you to talk to your boring fucking brother and walk around and pretend you're playing a game because action set pieces happen and you're in control of very little.
Oh, the Gears gameplay was so boring.
It was just, but it was a shooter. It was a shooter, straight through. It wasn't pretending to have...
A weak-ass shooter.
It wasn't pretending to have story set pieces.
Sure.
It was just a weak shooter.
Yeah, it's a weak shooter. Yeah. I guess I can be with you there.
What about Last of Us 2? Look, it's going to be on the Sony. I don't know if it's going to be exclusive. People seem to like it. So it's winning in that sense. I couldn't fucking stand it. The first one.
Oh yeah, no, but with Horizon, with Metal Gear, with Bloodborne.
Modern day Naughty Dog hates gameplay. They don't care about it. They want to make movies. I hate them.
Conky, you're so wrong. Uncharted has no gameplay. Oh shit! You just killed me right off the bat there, didn't you?
Oh, the witch hunts are over, Jack. This game is neat.
This game is.
I approve.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun.
97th Jackal says, the latest Best of the Worst was the best video I have seen on the internet in weeks. Thanks. Yeah, people seem to like the last Wheel episode.
It was good. It was a fine episode. You know what? Fine episode. I always enjoy watching the episodes that I had nothing to do with, because then I just get to watch. It's a fine episode. It's hard for me to like. Oh, I dodged. It's hard for me to talk about episodes that I was a part of, because then I'm just like listening to myself and like, did I say anything good? I don't know.
Do not agree on Last of Us, but whatever. Look, it was the blandest stealth I have ever seen, mixed with the most standard shooter I have ever seen. I don't see anything special with Last of Us's gameplay. Nothing at all. Mm-hmm. In fact, there's an enemy type they specifically say has really good hearing. I tried to distract it with sound. I like threw like a can over in the corner. It like ran at me, not at the can that was making this noise. This is the enemy with super good hearing. I'll do a distraction. Nope.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fuck Naughty Dog.
What the fuck is this?
Dishster says, "Hey Rich, we know your feelings in Star Trek and Star Wars. What about Firefly?" I've never watched it because I don't want my heart to get ripped out, and specifically for that reason. Everybody, up to and including my father, says Firefly is good.
Yeah.
And I know there's only one season and probably some unsatisfactory resolution once they whip together that movie, right? Probably.
It's, it's all right.
Is the movie... Here's my question. This will determine whether or not I ever watch Firefly.
Okay.
Is Serenity an adequately satisfying resolution? Or does Firefly just not have that kind of running serialized structure, and I'm wrong about that?
I'm out. Serenity is a satisfying conclusion, yes.
Yeah? Alright.
Because it is more serial. Like, there's an overall story, but it's very vague. So it is more serialized. I think it's worth your time.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to put that on my list of things I need to do.
Put it on your list. Of course, you have to be able to watch Serenity as well.
But the specific reason I haven't watched it is I didn't want to get hurt when now it's gone.
Yeah.
Because everyone says it's so good.
It's so good.
It's like, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Yeah, no. I don't agree with that sentiment.
Okay, limited punches and kicks. I can only use 7 punches and 6 kicks, Rich. Nope. He's trying to teach me those combos here. Oh, I'm not going to do it.
Half-Hearted says, "Hey guys, thanks for being you. Do you think it's possible to have a comedic game that has high replayability? I can watch a comedic film a million times, but comedic games seem to be one and done. No More Heroes." You hate cutscenes, though.
I do hate cutscenes. We're going to give this one more try. I don't think I can... I think I need to get my combo game up, which my combo game is not that strong at the moment.
Rich, would you rather have a good series with a bad ending or a good series with a unfinished ending? They're about the same. They're about the same.
Nope, this just isn't going to work.
You're left unsatisfied in either case.
Yeah. Yep. All right, I can't do this. I cannot do this in a limited number of kicks and punches. I'm not that good yet.
No, give it a few more shots. We've been streaming a few hours.
Huh?
We've been streaming a few hours if you're stuck. This is it.
Oh, no, this is a side thing.
Oh.
You had to defeat that enemy using only 7 punches and 6 kicks.
Oh,
which I'm sure if I
not there yet.
If I really knew what combos were the most powerful, I could do it
Right.
really easily, but I don't know them all that well. I'm going to keep playing, don't you worry about that.
2 hours and 36 minutes ago? All right. Why do so many cartoons that ultimately get canceled end on a cliffhanger? Well, a lot of shows that get canceled end on a cliffhanger because the reason they have the cliffhangers because they want people to be interested in seeing a new season.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't enough to work.
And or they just didn't know that they were going to be canceled, and so they had something planned.
Yes. Remember how Alf ended?
No, I don't remember how Alf ended.
Alf gets taken by the government and thrown in a lab.
What?
That's the last episode of Alf. Is him sitting in a glass cage.
I love that.
They eventually, like decades later, they had a TV movie that cleared it up. But for a while, that was the last we saw of Alf. They were getting ready to dissect him. That was the series finale.
That's great. What? What? Oh, you calling your friend now? You calling your friend? Not cool.
Anonymous says, "Hey, Jack and Rich.
Hi.
When you brush your teeth, how do you rinse? Head under the faucet or cup hands and fill water or with a cup?"
Head under the faucet? Are you a monster?
With a cup with my hands.
Yeah. Head under the... What are you talking about, head under the faucet?
I guess, if it's not an awkward positioning with where your sink is located and how your faucet is shaped, I can see it.
Oh, I dodged that, you fuckwad.
More awkward the taller you are, I suppose. But no, cup my hands.
Cup and hands. All cup and hands.
How do you brush your teeth? You paid $2 to ask that. Look at you, gamer, Jack. You're such a gamer, going after that glowing back spot.
What else are you gonna do?
No, I'm not disapproving. I'm just noticing.
Are you kidding? I did that on the... Oh, here we go. Boom. By the way, your finishing move is called your climax. Just putting that out there.
All right.
Just putting that out there.
I'm fine with that. Is this the only monster she makes with her hair?
So far? But I don't know if it gets different later on.
Mm-hmm.
The important question, brushing your teeth wise, Rich, back and forth or circles?
I mix it up, I think.
Yeah? Sure.
Probably mostly back and forth.
Okay. So, they do say that circles is more appropriate as it helps strengthen your gums. But I think I mix it up too because, it gets monotonous. Brick. What are you?
How often do you guys floss? When Karen nags me enough, I hate flossing. Always hated flossing.
Every fucking day. Every fucking day.
Just, it's going between your gums. And,
Yes.
Ooh.
Rich, I have terrible, terrible teeth. I need to floss. Like, if I don't, like, that's more cavities. I have terrible teeth.
My lower teeth are like really close together, and it's like sometimes the damn floss actually gets caught.
Yeah.
I hate doing it.
Gots to. Floss. Usually I only floss at night though. I know they say if you want to be like super hardcore about tooth health, you floss after every meal.
Disposable flossing devices, those little plastic things. Yeah, normal floss gets caught between my teeth. I can't even get those fucking things in there.
Well, they have easy ones where it's basically like just a handle that holds a piece of floss.
Yeah.
So you just go like this. I get them for my kids. I got them for my kids.
Flossing is still unsupported by modern science. FDA just dropped their recommendation.
You know who tells me to floss? My fucking dentist. Oh. And so...
At one point, your doctor used to tell you to use leeches to cure the flu.
Yeah. I am still going to trust my dentist over some random person commenting on this on the internet. No offense, random person.
Guardians of the Galaxy has the worst ending of any movie. Any good movie. Cliche bad guy gets distracted instead of just killing them instantly. Even the Kingsman made fun of that overused trope. The ending is the Achilles heel of Guardians.
But here's the thing, it's not specifically that, because so like there's Guardians of the Galaxy spoilers. Because there's two parts to that ending. There's that one, the trope that he's talking about is Peter Quill singing and dancing so that the bad guy stops his plan out of confusion.
Yep.
Which is totally in character for Peter Quill and properly in the tone of the movie, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not the part of the ending that bothers me. The part of the ending that bothers me is that they all have to hold hands in the Phantom Zone, and the power of friendship is what beats him.
What annoys me is that their big plan to save the galaxy is just to go in there shooting everything.
That part I like.
It is the dumbest. If they tried to do something clever, and it didn't work,
yeah,
then I would have bought the power of friendship. But we didn't even get the attempt to do something clever before going to the cliche.
And again, speaking in theme and character, Peter Quill, Star-Lord, is not a savvy tactician. He is not the strategy guy. He came up with a plan to get them, and his plan was go in there and shoot, and we'll figure something out.
Intensely unsatisfying going in there and shooting. Intensely unsatisfying.
It is.
He's a rogue. He's been living out there, surviving in space for decades.
Yeah.
He could be a little bit clever. He can think on his feet. That's fine. You know what? You can write him that way. I won't complain.
That's just not as he is from the beginning of the movie. He is set up to be a we'll figure it out when we get there kind of character, and that's how he ends. So to me, that makes perfect sense. Wait, where was that sword? Didn't I get a sword?
I appreciate a protagonist who is clever, who is sly.
Agreed. I agree with that. That doesn't have to be every protagonist.
What I love about Farscape, and I know I bring up Farscape a lot when we talk about Guardians of the Galaxy, but they're both science fiction stories about space rogues running from the galactic government.
Uh-huh.
John Crichton is constantly trying to outwit his opponents.
Uh-huh.
And in a lot of episodes, he tries to do something clever. And you know what? It doesn't always fucking work. But just his crazy plans are fun to watch. Even when they don't work. Sometimes they massively backfire. But it's enjoyable.
Whoa.
Like there's an episode where they get boarded and taken prisoner.
Uh-huh.
And they're gonna take him to the space prison. And so they do like a cliche where they're gonna have the computer trick like they're getting attacked by somebody else. And it backfires horribly because instead of changing their course, they just decide they're going to execute all of the main characters. Kill the prisoners! Like, horribly. They tried the clever thing, and it backfired horribly.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's what made Farscape fun.
There's nothing wrong with having a clever character, but I don't think that's Peter Quill.
I'm saying it could have been if they wrote him that way, if they chose to wrote him that way. It's the first movie we saw him.
Sure. But they didn't. And so
And it would have been a more enjoyable movie.
No, well, it would have, but then you would have had to set up him being clever before it. Like, it's not just the ending. Like, that would have changed the entire movie. And part of the fun of Star-Lord is that he's a big doofus. As far as I'm concerned, I really like the fact that he's a big doofus.
Fine, but let's attack the monster ship with 4 people with guns. Intensely unsatisfying.
But that wasn't the whole plan.
Oh, okay.
No, he had all the ships outside.
Oh.
There was a star fight. Be immediately after executing a jump. Huh. While jumping.
Let's attack the big ship with 4 guys. Seems like the end of 3 Star Wars movies. Guess who's not the biggest Star Wars fan on the planet?
Why, could that be Rich Evans? Who apparently has to remind everyone every single stream that he's not a big Star Wars guy. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that, sorry. Did I try out before? The witch twist?
And by the way, in Jedi, they don't do it with 5 guys. There's a whole fucking fleet.
So, it's the same as the Guardians of the Galaxy. There's a whole fleet.
You know what? Okay.
There's a whole fleet. And then remember, he's also friends with the other guy for some reason. And then he calls the other guy and the other fleet
Was the stuff on Endor fun? Was it great? Was it the best part of Star Wars, or was it kind of a letdown?
Wait, on Endor?
That's where the few guys were attacking the thing.
Well, no, because they had the space battle up in space, too.
Okay.
Remember, there's Luke over there, the space battle, and on Endor. So there's more. I want another move, but I don't know which move to... What's stiletto? Slash and poem with incredible quickness. Let's try that out. Sorry, everyone. I'm just trying out moves. Press and quickly press. Oh. Oh, right button.
Endor's good stuff if you're high. Like I associate, maybe just because it's in a forest, it doesn't help. When I see somebody in a forest, it just feels like, cheap. That's what amateur filmmakers do. Because they don't... Amateur filmmakers can't film anywhere else.
Right.
So they film their shit in the forest preserve.
Right.
When they film their horror movie, it's the monster stalking people in the forest preserve. We can spill blood in the forest preserve.
No one will bother us in here. Yeah, we can film for free here. Yeah.
We wanted to film something in a mall, but no way we can get permission to film in a mall. We're going to film in the forest preserve. So maybe it's just because they're filming in a forest, but the Endor stuff, man, just running around in the woods. But
you know what? That's the California redwoods, and it looks way better.
That helps.
That
It helps that it's the redwoods, yes.
The question for any of these combos that I'm thinking about buying is, will I remember them? And so far, they're just a little too complicated.
By the way, some 4 or 5 of Len Kavizinski's movies, filming in the woods.
Just pointing that out there.
Pointing that out. I'm pointing that out.
Do you see this? What? Would you look at this move?
What is this move?
Oh, wait. If you do it to the end?
Oh!
Guess which move I'm buying?
Will this game ever stop being amazing?
And then I'll buy some lollipops. Okay. Then I'll buy some lollipops. Exactly, Dreamer TK. Too much storage space is dedicated to They Might Be Giants, and so if it's any combo, I'll need to remember it, and that combo is really easy because I just hold down the trigger.
All right, so I'm actually caught up on tips now.
What? That's great.
I know, it's amazing.
Oh, fuck.
Jedi's beginning and ending is fun. I love the Jabba's Palace stuff. I think a lot of people love the Jabba's Palace stuff.
In Jedi?
Jedi.
Sure. Oh, yeah. You know what? You get the Rancor. You get the Sandworm. You get Boba Fett. You get the surprise that Leia's the Bonnie. Yeah, it's fun. That's fun stuff.
Endor loses me. While the fact that there's a large space battle is neat, there's no characters I give a shit about involved in it.
Sure.
Because Lando, I don't give a fuck about Lando. He was the fucking traitor in the last movie.
That's true.
I don't give enough of a shit what happens to Lando.
Okay.
Like, that should have been Han Solo.
Going into the Death Star?
Yeah. That should have been Han Solo.
Maybe. But then he's not with Leia.
You don't even need the fucking Endor shit. You don't even need the Endor stuff, the woods.
I suppose that's true.
Just get rid of the fucking teddy bears.
Okay.
What saves Return of the Jedi is that just the personal stuff with Luke, the Emperor, and Vader.
Yeah.
Is good.
Yeah.
That's quality. It's good where it needs to be good.
Okay, so here's my question for you.
Yeah.
You are in charge now of punching up, of doing a soft rewrite on Return of the Jedi.
I would need to give it more thought before I give you a concrete, this is what they should have done. I would need to think about it a lot more.
Here's what I want you to think about.
I know I wouldn't set it in the fucking woods.
Well, okay, that's what I'm saying. So right now you got your idea is to move Han to the Falcon, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe Leia's with him. Who knows?
Yeah.
So the question is, what do you do to fill the space that was Endor? Because there was a lot of Endor.
Sure.
Before that ending battle. So what are Luke, Leia, and Han doing before Endor?
This would require some thought.
That's just the question I'm posing. Oh, I dodged.
Here's a question: If you could do a soft rewrite on the whole damn trilogy,
Yeah.
would you blow up the Death Star at the end of 1?
Knowing that it's going to be a trilogy.
Knowing that it's going to be a trilogy, yeah.
Right.
But then how do you end 1? Because 1, you're seeing it for the first time. There is no saga yet. You're just seeing this weird movie called Star Wars. And, blowing up that Death Star, that's a nice little punch to end that on. Mm-hmm. Gives Luke something to do.
Yeah. And if you move blowing up the Death Star to the third movie, what's your big punch for the end of the first movie?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good question, Rich. Now we're getting into some movie hypothetical shit. Okay, so we move the Death Star to the last. Obviously that's what happens.
Then you can't help but diminish the first one.
Well, so I'm thinking of something now to replace the first one.
Yeah.
Here's what we do. We need a Luke versus Vader fight scene.
Yes.
So, Luke's mentor dies to Vader just like he does here. It's on the Death it's on the Death Star. Obi-Wan dies. Yeah. Luke's mentor dies. So the end of the first movie, Luke is fighting Vader in a lightsaber battle.
No, it's so perfect in Empire because you wait for it. You wait for it.
Ooh, okay. Well, then how does he fight Vader at the end? Spaceship battle?
I don't know.
Do we do the
same? I don't. If you, because it's looking at it as a trilogy. It's nice if you got the Death Star hanging over them the whole time.
Of course,
the threat that finally gets vanquished in the end. But
yeah.
It does completely fuck with the ending of the first one.
Of course. Well, so then is it just a really intense dogfight with him and Vader, and Han still saves the day?
No matter what, it's less satisfying.
Of course, there's a big explosion. There's a thing that they're working towards. Everyone's working towards.
Maybe they're not stopping the Death Star. Maybe they're trying to delay to get the base evacuated. And the big punch at the end is the Yavin getting blown up. But we see our heroes escaping in time. They hit hyperspace. It's not as It's not as heartwarming because that was a big part of Star Wars. It felt good, man.
Well, and then you
That
have
movie felt good.
But here's the thing:
Feel good movie of the summer.
then you have 2 downer endings in a row, and that's no good.
I know.
Can't do that. We need a win. You need a win at the first one.
You have to blow up the Death Star at the end of the first one. You really can't have it hanging over the whole series. There's no way around it. There's no way around it.
There has to be something equally as satisfying, or there has to be something satisfying that's not as big as the Death Star.
The Star Destroyer.
Right?
But why wasn't it the Death? Where did the Death Star go? There's no winning. There's no victory here, Jack. Don't rewrite the original trilogy. Rewrite the prequels. The prequels didn't even need to be made.
Yeah, that's how we rewrite those. We hit delete.
Right. By the way,
yeah,
you're not fixing the prequels with a simple rewrite.
Oh God.
If you get it in your head that you absolutely need to have an episode 1, 2, and 3 because A New Hope is labeled 4 after the fact, if you decide you need that, then you throw everything out and you fucking start from scratch anyway.
Right. Wait, in number 2... Oh shit, I'm fighting a thing. Shit. Wait, what are they doing in number 2? Oh, that's just Cloud City stuff.
Would it really work, Rich? You would fuck up the whole beginning of Empire. If you do that, they can just blow up Hoth. And, like, I'm not saying you can do it. This was an experiment. This was amusing.
Okay.
This was an exercise.
So here's what you do. Here's the hypothetical. In the first movie, there is no Death Star. So, but
then you know what? Then you're making a first movie that never would have gotten a sequel at this point.
No.
Well, what happens if we take everything exciting out of the first one?
No. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Right.
Oh my God, oh shit! Look at this! He's got a building stuck to his fucking head! Rich, this is awesome! Look at that shit! Oh fuck, I'm gonna die. So the entire first movie is about rescuing Princess Leia, who has the plans to the Death Star. Mm-hmm. But she's not on the Death Star. She's not kidnapped on the Death Star. She's on the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
And the first movie is just about getting Leia and the plans, and the rescue and the big battle is on the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
So you still get a giant fucking space battle, a satisfying explosion, all building up to the big weapon.
Possibly. See, at some point you're changing so much, you risk like ruining the alchemy that made it work in the first place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
You have no idea what the fuck you're gonna get for sure.
Oh, this is butterfly effect territory.
Right.
When you change one thing, it ripples through the whole universe. You kidding me with that, you fucker?
Episode 1 had a neat race. No, it didn't.
A
Episode
what?
3 had Palpatine throwing shit around. Episode 2 was pure garbage.
Oh, a neat race. The pod race?
Yeah, I know. The goofy cartoon race.
It's like that would have been a fine distraction in a different movie. Like,
oh God. Anonymous says, "Good evening, you hack frauds."
hello.
Rich, who are your favorite and least favorite, hated, major characters from each of the Star Trek series? I don't think I hate anybody in the original series. That cast is fine. You certainly... I don't even know if I can... When it comes to like Kirk, Spock, and Bones, jeez. I don't know, Bones probably wouldn't be my favorite. I wouldn't get rid of him. Like Kirk or Spock? I don't know. They're both great characters. As far as the rest of the cast in the original series, within the original series, they were largely window dressing. The original series was the Kirk, Spock, McCoy show.
Right. Right.
Like, there was never, like, an amazing Sulu episode.
But didn't he get drunk once?
They just didn't write those shows that way.
Right. Did I hit X in time?
So Kirk, Spock, Bones, Scotty,
Fuck you.
and then kind of everyone else. Is how I would rank them.
And everyone else.
Yeah. Kirk, Spock, Kirk, Bones, Scotty, the other guys. There's the original series ranking.
Rich.
What
I'm throwing the house at them now.
You know what? I'm going to stop watching because this is going to spoil it from when I actually play through this someday at some point.
Okay. Sorry. The dragons threw a house at me and I picked it up and threw it back at them.
Okay.
And it was pretty awesome.
TNG, I love me some Picard. Just the risk. You go from space cowboy with Kirk, and just the risk of going to English diplomat.
Right.
He's French. Technically, he was French in the show. But, Mr. Proper Diplomat.
Earl Grey.
Earl Grey.
Well,
Picard is
hot.
Picard is interesting to me. Love Picard.
Yeah.
Least favorite, Beverly Crusher. Get rid of that fucking soap opera doctor.
Okay, so now we know how this works, is we only have the amount of bullets shown. Oh, shit. And I'm failing.
Deep Space Nine? I guess Cisco.
I didn't watch much Deep Space Nine. I didn't much care for it.
I'm not that big on Odo. Though I would that hardly goes into, hey, do you hate Odo? No, I don't hate Odo, but
Okay.
he's fine. Mm-hmm. He's the gruff security. I get it.
He was the transforming one, right?
Yeah.
I liked his.
Yeah, because T2 was a good movie.
It was popular at the time.
T2 was popular. Let's do that with a Star Trek character.
I watched a little bit of Deep Space and I remember one episode where Odo had to sleep in a bucket, right?
Yeah.
Because he couldn't hold his form all that long, and he was trapped somewhere with someone, and they needed to find a bucket for him.
Right.
That's the only episode I remember from Deep Space Nine, and it was a big deal because he hated showing people his bucket form. Mm-hmm. And he was with a girl or something, and they're sleep in my bucket. I don't want to show you my form. It's gross and disgusting.
You know who the best character on DS9 might be? Quark.
The shop owner?
Yeah. The best might be Quark.
All right. All right, I'm with you.
Voyager.
And then there's the Doctor.
The Doctor.
The Doctor's great.
The Doctor.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Kate Mulgrew with a well-written Janeway.
Oh, she had potential. Nothing but potential.
I like her as an actress, I really do. Yeah. But no, the Doctor.
The Doctor's great.
And then I don't know, Neelix, I guess, by default almost, because he's Neelix.
But he at least Neelix had a thing. And he was usually pretty consistent as a character.
There is that great episode where he discovers his entire religion is bullshit because he has a near-death experience and he doesn't see his happy little tree afterlife.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
And he goes into a horrible depression.
If anyone, Neelix's girlfriend's the worst.
Oh, Kess, yeah. Throw her in the trash. They did, by the way.
They threw her in the trash?
They got rid of her, yeah.
Oh, I remember them getting rid of her.
Okay, Kess.
Yeah, she's garbage.
You're in no position to decide that. See, my infernal partners...
Enterprise, I didn't watch it enough to give you best and worst. seen 4 episodes. I don't even remember who the fuck the crew was.
The actress that played Kes went insane? Is that true?
Well, I know, they were going to get rid of somebody when they brought on 7 of 9, and I know it was almost Harry Kim.
Oh, that would be great.
Well, then you'd still have Kes.
God,
There's so many bad characters on Voyager, it's hard to pick a least favorite.
Well, how do I put them out? They're on fire. They're on fire, Rich.
I don't know. Try guns.
There's only so many cars I can throw.
You haven't using... Because I know you took over after I went through the tutorial. You do know you just shoot by pressing X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go slow-mo time. Okay.
Tell Jack how many war crimes Janeway does throughout the series, like giving the Borg weapons. I don't even remember all of the stupid things Janeway has done. We can't compromise no matter what, even though half of us will die.
Okay, compromise.
Okay, something is mildly inconvenient. Let's give the Borg weapons of mass destruction the next episode.
Right.
Oh,
I dodged that. I did not dodge that. There we go.
Ugh.
Okay. Right? The upsetting part about Voyager is that it had potential.
Yeah, the concept was there.
Yeah.
The execution was, we're afraid to do the thing we are supposed to do.
Right. And that, that's, I think, people need to understand that that's why, we get upset about Voyager, is because there was something there.
You have a premise where your crew should be like desperate, low on resources, on the verge of violating your principles because you just flat out need to.
Right.
And half your crew are criminals who don't like you.
Right.
That's a fucking gold mine for drama. And in the second episode, nope, everything's fine. We have plenty of resources. The Maquis are perfectly happy to be good little Starfleet officers. And, yeah, it's all going to be boring from here on out.
Basically.
It's basically Star Trek without any of the interesting races you already know from the other series. Not gonna be no Romulans or Klingons here. No, we got the Kazons. They're like bland discount Klingons. That's a thing we got. Kazon. Fucking Kazon. What you're saying is Voyager has no balls. Maybe because their captain was a woman.
Ah!
No, that was a joke. It was just a joke.
Oh, Rich, we don't do jokes here.
Don't
Get
get
out
on me about that one. Well, not Janeway's fault. Janeway could have been an interesting character.
Yeah.
When in doubt, one of the easiest, most useful combos in the game is triangle, circle, triangle. Or top, right, top.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's great. Then you get Mega Fist.
Any FTL streams in the future? In the future? We don't really plan these things that far in advance. So I'm sure we'll do FTL again at some point. Not in the immediate future, but I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. For all I know, next time we stream, we won't. I don't fucking know. We make this shit up as we go along.
Right. We absolutely make this shit up as we go along. Every single time. We can't. Oh, yeah, where was I going again? We kind of knew we were going to do Bayonetta today just because it's the new game. And neither of us had played it before, so it was like, why not? Why not play Bayonetta?
Okay, where do we leave off here? MaxiPad 1852 says, I just wanted to thank you all at RLN for bringing a realistic view to movies like The Force Awakens and Rogue One. I was fanboying out a little too hard on those movies, and you guys helped calm that. I'm glad we could take some of the magic and wonder out of your life.
Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that. It's a tough lesson to learn.
You know, one of the other things I like about Picard?
What?
He didn't like children.
That was very relatable to you?
It's just an interesting thing to do. Like, is your main character. Yeah, he doesn't like kids. It's just an interesting little detail that makes him feel like a believable human being, you know?
Sure.
He's really awkward around kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was just him. It was just in character. It's good.
I'm sure they wrote him that way originally. They had big plans for Wesley Crusher.
Yeah.
Before they realized everyone hated Wesley Crusher. I'm sure that was the reason that character trait was introduced.
Oh, sure. So he could eventually grow out of it and
warm up to Wesley
and love Wesley Crusher,
like everyone else was supposed to.
Yep. Fuck.
So naturally, you stick the guy who does not like kids in an elevator full of kids. Yes, but I mean, it wasn't done just for that episode. It was a long-running character thing. He says as much in like the first episode. That's one of Riker's duties. It's like, you keep the kids from bugging me.
Oh yeah, no, that was a good thing. And by the way, that was a fine child episode.
Yeah.
The he has to.
For you know, I say these things and I expect everyone knows.
Yeah.
It's an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation where there's an accident and the ship is damaged and Picard is stranded, wounded in an elevator with 3 kids.
Yeah. And the man who is historically not good with kids, has to get good. Fuck! I can't break free of that. Oh, I suck at this.
Crawler Raptor. And is that Crowley Raptor or is it Crawler Raptor where the R just kind of rolls right into Raptor? I really don't know. Capitals, people. Capitals separate your words.
So important.
Crawler Raptor says, my fiance and I would like to start watching Star Trek for the first time. Original series is not on Netflix Australia, but TNG is. Should we start with TNG or will something be lost? Nothing will be lost. TNG works fine as its own thing. In fact, Star Trek TNG is set 100 years after the original series. You're fine, start with TNG. I don't recommend starting with Season 1. I actually recommend starting with Season 3. Because Star Trek, with TNG, there's not like a serial narrative weaving throughout the whole thing. They can be watched as individual episodes. I recommend starting at Season 3 because Season 1 is bad. Season 2 is mixed. Season 2 can be very good or very bad, depending upon what episode you're watching. Mm-hmm. Season 3 is like damn near perfect. Start with 3 if you like Season 3, then go back and feel the waters with 1 and 2. That's how I recommend you get into Star Trek.
Yeah, and you know, I guess I can be down with that. You know, any watching of Star Trek is fine by me. You know, even though I prefer the the watching it in order, like, yeah, if you don't want to, that's fine.
And the chat will have good suggestions. Just don't listen to Tiberius Kirk because he loves season 1 for some reason. And I don't know why.
And like for me, it's all just about watching them in order.
They're doing unused, like, the original series scripts, or phase 2, the failed revival of the original series, and it just doesn't work with the TNG crew or something. I don't know, but God, season 1. Start with 3. Start with season 3.
Whatever gets you to watch it.
I think watching them in order is the best. Why?
I like it.
There's like no real continuity.
There's no real continuity, but not only story progression, but there's also like production progression that I enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Like, the older episodes, they look a certain way, and then
Here's the thing: if you're not a pre-existing Star Trek fan,
yeah,
wouldn't the low quality of season 1 turn you off? Like when
maybe
like that Tasha Yore story on Planet Africa. Jeez, that is some awful shit.
Well, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem is I am a Star Trek fan, and so I love watching them finding their footing.
But you're already a Star Trek fan. If you are not a Star Trek fan, start at season 3 and see the good stuff before you see season 1. You think, oh, this is all shit, and turn away, screaming.
You know what? I guess I'm fine with that. Whatever gets you to watch Star Trek. There we go.
There is continuity, there's technology growth, there's character growth, there's political growth. Not much. There's no season of no, not season. There's no episode of like Star Trek TNG that's not a two-parter where you'd be lost if you just started there and didn't know what was going on before that. That maybe some of the Worf episodes, but that's like season 5 before they really get into too much of that, right?
Oh, it's been a while.
Some of the Worf episodes, the political, the Klingon political stuff. There's some continuity there, yeah.
Sure.
But start with 3. That shit doesn't even start until at least season 4 or 3 anyways. You're safe. 3. Sunday stream? Probably not.
Oh, definitely not.
I have plans to visit my uncle.
Oh, get up there. Yeah, and I'll be out of town. I'll be out of town on Sunday, so no Sunday stream. We probably should have mentioned that. Sunday is Easter Sunday, and that's usually usually no good. This particular Easter Sunday, I will be out of town. So unless Rich can pull something off, and it sounds like he's got fuck. Why do you want me to look at the lava? I don't want to look at the lava. What the fuck? Oh, I missed it. Those are a little annoying. Every once in a while they have a quick time event.
Are you finally going to teach your uncle the internet? That was a different uncle. I have 6 uncles. Had, I guess, like 4 left.
Oh my. Well, I guess you get older.
Probably less than that for all I know. I haven't talked to some of them in years.
Ooh.
That's good. The ones I haven't talked to were jerks.
I'll be... Ooh, nice. Going on a nice road trip with the family. Nice holiday road trip.
Atheist Easter for Rich? Look, I'm not celebrating a holiday. I'm going to keep a relative of mine who doesn't really have anybody else in his life right now company.
even non-religious folks like Rich and I understand that every once in a while there are just days in which people gather. Like, you know, Easter for my children has nothing to do with the rebirth of the only Son of God. It has to do with getting candy. Like,
Christmas is a day when a fat man in a red outfit gives you gifts.
exactly. Exactly. And so these are the pre-established holidays in which people gather. Which I'm absolutely fine with. Oh, I wasted that slow-mo.
Puma Man's friend.
Puma Man's friend?
Puma Man.
Puma Man.
Evening! Have you guys noticed that Call of Duty and Halo morphed into the same game? Also, I'm so done with button prompts in games. I tried to like Assassin's Creed and The Last of Us. They're movies, damn it. Yep. Press the button to watch the scripted sequence unfold.
Oh man, I'm fucking up all the attacks. All the attacks.
It's not a cutscene. You're doing a thing because you hit a button. You just enacted the talk to Maud about relationship problems while you walk to the hardware store mechanic.
Ooh!
That's a Naughty Dog game for you. Then deep walk into the hardware store mechanics. And I can't say too much about Call of Duty and Halo. Especially Halo, because I avoid any kind of first-person shooter that's... you have to play it with a fucking gamepad.
Like, I played the first Halo. I had an original Xbox.
Yeah.
And I played the first Halo, and I said to myself, yeah, it's alright.
Is it like Call of Duty now? Because I thought in Halo you actually had a health.
It depends which Halo. It depends which Halo.
I can't stand that Call of Duty style. Just get shot, die, repeat, spawn,
Yeah.
spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn.
Yeah, oh, regenerating health. Agreed. It's the worst.
Well, with Halo, it's not even the regenerating. It's just that you have none. And not Halo. I'm sorry. Call of Duty.
Yes.
Call of Duty. You got like no health.
Right. Yeah.
Run out, die, spawn. Run out, shoot somebody maybe, die, spawn. Run out, die, spawn. Run out, shoot somebody else, die, spawn. Oh God. As somebody who likes doing no death runs of single player games, that just makes me want to throw up.
Well, no, the single player campaigns of Call of Duty, everyone does in a no death run. They're ridiculously simple.
Yeah?
Yeah. But for the online multiplayer, yes, that's all it is. And I have friends who play Call of Duty, and I'll watch them sometimes play Call of Duty. And that's all it is. And it's just like, well, what are you trying to accomplish? You see a guy, you kill him. It's like, what's the point? What's the fucking point? Give me an objective. Eat it. Oh, too fast.
Anonymous says, Rich was the one who killed the wheel of the worst with his sloppy craftsmanship.
What?
Build a wheel that could be slapped around next time.
Yeah, Rich.
Why the fuck would I build a wheel that could be slapped around in the first place? The design is to be a wheel that can be spun, so we can pick a movie. The design is not to be a tackle dummy that you could use for football practice.
Basically, they're giving you some ideas for the next wheel. Tackle dummy?
Nobody ever said there was going to be another wheel, Jack. That sentence has never been uttered by me.
You know what, Rich? I'm being hopeful, okay? What I'm hoping is if I just keep saying it, if I just, yeah, Rich, you're going to build another wheel. Rich, please build another wheel. Eventually, you'll just take that as a truth, and I can get my wish. That thing lasted 4 years.
Judge Frowny Face, Jack earlier today was suggesting a bicycle wheel. You're not alone. Visually, I don't like it as much. With all of the tapes on there, it would look like a cluttered mess. It would look like a Michael Bay transformer. And
that's the real problem. Like my thought was like bicycle wheel because it has a spin component already. That'd be really easy to attach. But Rich is right. Once you put the tapes on, the tapes won't stand out against the bicycle wheel. Might be a bad idea. It would be great for spinning. Heck, just mount a bicycle, then you can even have the brakes. You break it.
Well, you can't do that.
Rich, that was a joke.
Okay.
It was a bad joke, but it was a joke. Let's see if we can get another technique here. The witch twist or the Umbrian portal kick. What?
You sound like you're loving this, Jack.
I fucking love this. Oh, I don't. Press B.
Arachnid Shadow 9 says, Jack, what's currently your favorite board game and what makes it great?
Currently, wife and I are still very obsessed with Marvel Legendary.
Is it a board game or a card game? I'm getting into semantics with you now.
It's a bit of a semantic. It's a game in which you play when you're bored, I guess. I don't know.
I'll grant you it as a board game.
Okay.
I just had that thought.
It does not feature a board, and you don't move a little piece around a board. So if that's your definition of a board game, no. If that's your definition of a board game, I still really like House on Haunted Hill, as it's a really neat game. We've also been playing this game called Wizard Battle. Did you play that with us?
Yeah,
that's the one. It's a very simple game, but it's a great party game because it makes people say spells out loud. I think it's called Wizard Battle. Someone's gonna tell me. Non-video game, tabletop game. Yeah. Is it called Wizard Battle? Do you guys know about this? It's really great. Legend of the Hidden Temple. Or no, there's a game called like Legend of the Temple. No, what's it? Maybe it's not called Wizard Battle. No one seems to recognize it. Hold on, let me look up the name, or else, because I want to do right by it. Wizard Battle. It's a card game. It's called Wizard Battle.
Epic Wizard Battle of something mountain. Somebody is saying.
Oh, maybe. Hold on. I'm looking it up right now just to make sure.
Epic Wizard Battle for Mount Skull. Somebody else is saying.
Is that what it's called?
I don't remember. I played it with you once. Remember memory of a fruit fly.
Epic Spell War of the Battle Wizards. Duel at Mount. Whoa. No, I don't want to sign up for your newsletter.
Maybe that's part of the name.
It's okay. It's called Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards. Duel at Mount Skullsfire.
Okay.
That's the full name of it. Epic Spells War of the Battle Wizards. Duel at Mount Skullfires. And it's a really fun party game. Like it's simple strategy. But the fun part is part of the rules of the game is you need to put a spell together that has 3 parts, and you need to say it convincingly.
And they're all very silly.
And if everyone agrees you didn't say it convincingly enough, their spell doesn't count. And so it makes people do funny voices. It's neat. It's so that we've played that the last couple times we've had like
Lord Marasmus's spiffy spunk spell.
Right. Nope, that's not Yeah, we'll buy this one.
But
That's a good one.
if we're taking board out of it and just saying tabletop games,
Yeah.
Marvel Legends is number 1.
Marvel Legendary is still number 1. We're obsessed with that game. We play that every free chance we get. I got a Star Wars game that's supposed to be very good. It's a Star Wars strategy game, and we haven't even opened it because we just play Marvel Legendary. But it's like a Star Wars Battlefront game that's supposed to be really good. And I found one for a decent price, so I bought it, and haven't even taken the plastic off it yet, like because we're obsessed with Marvel Legendary. What's and the Wizard, the Bizzle Bazzles.
Okay.
That's what we've been playing recently. I know board game wise, I should be getting the Dark Souls board game that starts shipping sometime soon.
Didn't we already do that?
We played the Bloodborne.
Oh!
We played the Bloodborne card game once, which I agree, I feel like it needs a rule tweak.
Yeah.
But the Dark Souls game should be coming, should start shipping soon. Oh, yeah, is that what it's called? Rebellion? Star Wars Rebellion, Digger Blue says.
Like the 4X game? There's a Star Wars game in the vein of Master of Orion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, called Rebellion.
Maybe it's like that. I forget what it's called because I haven't played it. It's supposed to be very good, and it comes with fun little figures.
Captain Blue 42 says, classic Star Trek question. Fuck, marry, kill. Kirk, Picard, Janeway. Also, any plans on playing or streaming ukulele? If you never played a Banjo-Kazooie game, I'd understand you saying no.
Oh, it's the new Banjo-Kazooie like game that is out on the Switch.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I have no plans on streaming that. Reports are that it's not very fun, and it's one of those run around and collect all the things games, which in general I am not interested in.
And for fuck, marry, kill,
who was it? Kirk,
Picard, and Janeway. Because I'm heterosexual, it's Janeway for all three.
You're gonna fuck her, you're gonna marry her, and then you're gonna kill her?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna kill her because I'm heterosexual. I'm gonna kill her because, it's Voyager. But the first two because I'm a heterosexual. I gotta point that out, and I have some murder fetish. That would be weird.
Sure.
Not unheard of, though. Not unheard of. LAHD says, hey guys, just saw Evil Dead 2 in a local theater for an event.
Hey.
Are there any movies that excite you guys when they are brought back to theaters? Any movies you'd wish you could travel back to see? Wrath of Khan. I saw that in a big screen once. That was neat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question.
What'll be a good movie to see with an audience?
Right?
That's the question.
To see with an audience. I'd love to see something like Big Trouble in Little China with an audience. Just to see where they all react. I'd love that. Like a modern day audience watching Big Trouble in Little China. Are you going to cheer at the same things I cheer at? Schlocky B movie like that.
Ooh, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh,
that could be a fun one. Ghostbusters? Maybe. You
know what? It'd just be nice to see that on the big screen.
Right.
Like, not necessarily with an audience. I think that's two different questions. Is like, what do you want to see with an audience, and what do you want to see on the big screen?
Seeing the room with an audience is also great. Depends upon how loud they are. You can get an obnoxious crowd to the point where you can't enjoy the movie.
Right.
I remember when it got really big here. I forgot who it was. We took to see it for like the first time, and you literally couldn't hear a fucking thing they said in the movie
because the audience
was too busy doing their thing.
Right.
It's the room. I get it.
Oh, it's a B movie, right?
But there was just so many people, and it was so loud. You didn't understand why the movie was special in the first place.
Right. Yeah, I actually would not want to see the room with a crowd. Well, mostly because I haven't seen it. But even after I saw it, I wouldn't want to see it with a crowd. And like, that's I want to watch it and make my own jokes.
I think the room is good to see with a smaller crowd.
Yeah, you need a group. You need
a group.
You need a group. Preferably a group who hasn't seen it.
Oh, exposing my brothers to that the first time. That was fun. That was a fun night.
Oh. Oh, I have a thing.
Crocodile Brain says, long time no tip, guys. How did I miss the boat on Rogue Legacy? The Castlevania-style roguelike? It's so awesome. Any chance of a stream in the future? Keep up the great work. You streamed that before, right?
I have. Rogue Legacy is a really interesting roguelike game. It's a roguelike game that also goes to great pains to diminish the roguelike elements. There's a place where you can level up things, and those level ups continue for your next runs.
Yeah.
There's a way to lock the castle, so it's the exact same thing every time you go in.
Yeah.
It's neat. It's not my favorite roguelike. I don't know what this thing is, but I'm just carrying it around because... Oh. Okay.
Namaya, whatever the fuck your name is, why do you think people find it hard to see flaws in stuff that they like, i.e. Star Wars fans? Did you guys face criticism about stuff you like and found it hard to accept sometime in the past?
Oh, that's a fair question. That's a fair question.
I'm trying to think.
Something that you liked, and so it was hard to take criticism of it because you liked it. What you got, Rich?
I got nothing, Jack.
Let me think. Let me think on this for a second. I don't know if this is just because of this, or I will say this isn't necessarily because of fanboyism, but I genuinely love action schlock stuff like Bad Boys 2,
Yeah.
Face Off, like those kind of really cheesy action movies I just enjoy. And so when people criticize them, I don't know, I guess like I understand, I just don't care. Where it's like, they're fun. I don't know. I don't know if that counts as fanboyism.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever really had the fanboy mentality. Like even, like, as a big Spider-Man fan, when they started doing the Clone Saga stuff, instead of saying, well, it's Spider-Man, I just stopped reading.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I hate what they're doing. I'm out of here. Fuck y'all, have a nice day.
Pick me up too. Oh, look, it just left me floating there. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I was hoping if I got on a piece of it, it would take me up there when it refigured. That didn't work.
I think I'm too cynical to be a fanboy, Jack.
I'm trying to think.
I'm going to say my cynicism powers have made me immune to stupidity.
I did, let's see here. You know what? This counts not. This is not a movie example.
Define fanboy, please. When you put a logo above quality.
Yes, and here's my example. I am admittedly a huge Apple fanboy.
Okay.
Apple computers versus Windows computers. I think Apple is a quality company that puts out quality products. For that reason, I stuck with Apple's editing software, Final Cut Pro, well beyond when there were better alternatives. And I would, much like Jay and Mike, I would not listen to other people when it came to other editing software. Nope, Final Cut, and I would delude myself like, oh, they haven't updated Final Cut in a while. They're gonna make an update. No, they're gonna make an update, and like they're just working on other stuff. Well, right now they're working on iPhone stuff, but they're gonna do an update. I deluded myself into thinking like I was the battered husband. No, they haven't paid attention to Final Cut Pro in so long, but that means they're due, right? They're due to make an update. Eventually, I got over that and switched over to Adobe Premiere. But for a long time, I was a hardcore fanboy of Final Cut.
Somebody in the chat.
Yeah.
Saying, Rich, aren't you a Star Trek fanboy?
Oh.
No, because I am perfectly willing to be critical.
Sure, you're very critical of Voyager.
If I were a Star Trek fanboys, I would love Star Trek First Contact. I hate Star Trek First Contact.
Oh, if you were a Star Trek fanboy, you would love Voyager and Enterprise.
Sure.
Yeah,
But you're just a TNG fanboy.
But you don't like season 1.
I don't like season 1. Yeah. This is a flaw. That's a flaw. I don't like these movies. Insurrection's okay. Can fanboys not be critical? I'd say yes. I'd say that's the difference between a fan and a fanboy. We have to define fanboy, I think, is the problem. What is the definition of fanboy?
Yeah, the definition of fanboy is anyone who's unwilling to give real criticism.
Yeah.
And you can be critical of something but also enjoy it. Like Horizon Zero Dawn, right? You are critical of it but still enjoyed it, but have some criticism of it. A fanboy will have no criticisms of it or will deflect criticism. Well, Star Wars Rogue Ones, there were some minor character problems, but and then go into the fanboyisms, right? So you have to be willing to look past criticisms. To be a fanboy. Aha. I got it.
But Rich, fan stems from fanatic. People use words differently.
The definition of words evolve throughout time.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, let me go outside and grab a small bundle of sticks.
If you say a fanboy is not willing to give real criticism, then yeah, I am definitely not a fanboy about anything.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to say the definition is.
I'll find flaws in things I like, and I'll say, I enjoy it anyway, but, this and this could be better.
Yeah. That's how I'm going to define it. I'm not sure if that's, the official definition.
I love Zelda Breath of the Wild, but the weapons really could have stood to be more durable.
Yeah.
They could have done that. I don't hate the breaking mechanic. I really don't. Uh-huh. But yeah, no, I'll agree. More durability, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a criticism. I can do it.
Yeah.
Anonymous says, Rich, bah, ignore those naysayers who point out your dodgy craftsmanship. What about a press your luck style board? I'm not a fucking electrical engineer. There's no way I could build a fucking press your luck board with a digital display of lights that go around and a button that stops them. No.
Do we need an
Besides,
electrical
what
engineer?
makes the wheel of the worst funny is that it's just a dingy fucking wheel.
Mm-hmm. It's a big garbage wheel.
It's a big garbage wheel.
I know, and They didn't do a great job of explaining like the original wheel versus the new wheel, but the original wheel, even though it was unbalanced, had this wonderful look about it. Oh shit!
That's what made it unbalanced. That's why I changed it.
Right.
It was favoring the old wheel. There's been 2 wheels, basically the same guts, the same frame,
The same stand.
the same stand, the same
Yeah.
frame, the same sign, the same base. But we changed the wheel out once because the original wheel was just designed to look really funky. It was like different types of boards nailed together. And the problem with that was it greatly favored one side
Right.
over the other.
But the 2 boards together looked great.
They look great, the 2 different boards,
Yeah.
just kind of awkwardly sawed together.
Yeah, I love that.
The edges were all fucked up.
Yeah. Where do you draw the line between critic and cynic, though, on the opposite end of the spectrum? What all we haters indiscriminately... Well, that's the problem. There's cynic and critic are very similar. Hater is another thing. Like a hater. I'm trying to think of an example. Like, Rich and I are critical of the DC cinematic universe. That doesn't necessarily make us haters of it. Like, we won't go in hating. There are people who go in hating Marvel movies because they're DC fanboys. And I'm sure there are people who go in hating DC movies.
At this point, though, after repeated experiences with the DCEU style, can you really say you don't go in kind of like knowing to expect the same kind of blog crap? Same kind of depressing, dark horse shit?
I go in cynical.
Okay. It's born out of past experience, I would say.
Yeah. I go in cynical and I'm critical. I don't go in ready to hate.
Rich, can you criticize XCOM? I can and have. They're fairly minor because, I think just in general I like most of what they do. But
Right.
Here's one.
Okay.
The new XCOM, as much as I love the tactical combat, the strategic layer is not as deep as it was in the original game. Though in the original game, the tactical battles are really tedious, and the whole game basically got micromanaging in the original. There you go. There's some criticisms of XCOM.
Way to go, Rich. You did it.
Oh, and XCOM Enemy Unknown, the reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking end sucks. The last mission is garbage.
And I know you've criticized the map layout before, that they weren't varied enough. You kind of knew where enemies...
Oh, yeah.
After a while.
I've pointed out things I don't like, yes.
Yeah. Well, I was giving another example. You pointed out like that after a while, you just know where enemies are going to spawn, and so it's like, it got a little...
Yeah.
Yeah. Just help. Oh, witchy hair. Oh, look at this. Racks. Shit. Excuse me. Oh, witchy woman.
Aimless Corsair says, I remember watching Back to the Future, a personal favorite, at an outdoor cinema at a music festival once. Cheering along with everyone when George laid out Biff while drunk was a wonderful time.
Yeah. The movie-going experience has changed a whole lot in the past 5 years, but still seeing a big movie... I'm trying to think of like a recent comedy that I could have seen in a theater, because like those are the best in the theaters. When everyone laughs at the same joke, those are the best. Like seeing Keanu in a theater.
Something about Mary.
Huh?
Something about Mary.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen many comedies in the theater, for whatever reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the best things to see in a theater. Did I do it wrong? I might have done it wrong.
In the Star Wars Holiday Special video, did we mean for it to get off topic, or did it just happen and you went for it? Thanks. How did that go down? Did it happen organically? It just started at first. And then it eventually became a thing where, no, we're not going to get back on topic, right?
Yeah, it's like it kind of started as a joke because it was like the holiday special was a little blander than we were all expecting.
Yeah. And then at some point, we knew it was the joke, and we kept going with it.
It was, by the way, it was a wonderful improv moment because no one said it out loud. Mm-hmm. Like, no one made the call to be like, hey, guys, wait. Should we just do this? Should we just, like not talk about it? Like, it was one of those things where it naturally, every single one of us picked up on the joke and went with it. But then eventually, after that joke was done, we all said, hey, guys. We actually have to talk about the holiday special now. But that was
I think at some point there was a discussion on whether or not we should actually do an actual discussion. I think it got to that point.
Right. And we all agreed we should. But that was a wonderful improv moment of just everyone picking up on the same joke. That was great. Where did that come from?
Hans Frosch says, "Here's my money. Take it. Will do, thank you. I will take your satanic $6.66.
Fucking, there's another.
I will spend it on Easter.
Ah! I'll spend it on Jesus. Eat it. Oh. Well, great. You know what?
Have you ever been the only person in a theater to not to find the movie funny? It's a bizarre feeling. Closest I probably came was the Ghostbusters reboot. Not that there was much laughter to begin with.
Right. I mean, I'm a laugher. I enjoy laughing, so usually I'll be the only one laughing in a theater.
I've had the opposite be true.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Remember earlier in the stream, I was talking about that group of amateur filmmakers who hung out on the message board and nobody was willing to criticize each other's work and we all made garbage.
Yeah.
There was a get-together in South Dakota.
Oh.
Where someone had rented out a theater and we're actually playing all of our movies. And
oh no.
The snobbiest, most clueless group of people there thought their movie was some kind of artistic fucking masterpiece.
Uh-huh.
I was laughing all throughout the whole fucking thing. I was like the only one in the theater. Because we rented out a theater.
Of course.
I'm just laughing at it.
In your Rich Evans laugh?
Oh, yeah. Only one.
That's great.
They're serious little, autists making a shitty movie with a VHS camera.
We're saying something important. Don't you get it? Maybe that's the problem. You don't get it. Oh, that's great. That's great. Did you watch any of the Nintendo Direct today?
No.
A Nintendo Direct announcement. Large 3DS announcement. Like a lot of 3DS titles.
No.
Which is,
No bragging about Zelda?
No bragging about Zelda. This was just news. A lot of 3DS titles. One of the most surprising is RPG Maker.
Did they... Interesting.
Is coming to the 3DS with online capabilities. So you can make your own RPG and upload it to the web. Which I thought was neat.
It wasn't a drama about cancer. I think it was... I'm trying to remember. I think it was a drama about the death penalty, though.
and the jail cell was just their dorm room with their movie posters hanging up in the background?
I'm trying to remember, and I don't.
That's great. That's right. Monster Hunter Stories is coming out. But no, RPG Maker looks interesting. Like, make your own old school RPG.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
Yeah, so that's coming to 3DS. That seems neat. A bunch of Splatoon 2 news. amiibo bullshit.
Zelda DLC.
They didn't talk about any of the DLC.
Interesting.
They talked about, what was it? What was it that's going to have a bunch of DLC?
Oh, jeez. Nintendo.
Oh, it's like there's an Animal Crossing.
Oh, Karen will love that then.
There's an Animal Crossing RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's a Me RPG.
Oh. Well, Karen won't care about that.
And there's a Kirby thing. And which one? They talked about one of them that had like, you could buy, this package with this package with this, or the season pass.
Does the Switch have Mii's?
You can make a Me.
Okay. It hasn't bugged me to make a Mii.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Anyway.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Let me get a couple tips in, then I think it's time.
Undertale was made using RPG Maker?
I can see that. I could totally see that.
Oh, that's adorable then. That's great.
Except for actually, I guess the bullet hell parts.
I wonder how they did that.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, here, let's
Okay, great.
catch up so we can read the names.
Oh, sure.
Atomic Mousetrap says, just wanted to say, maximum clonage killed my love of comic books for over 10 years.
Yep.
I still have the exact issue. I'm with you, Rich. Oh, God.
That's totally fair.
I was out before then. I was out when they had Peter Parker slap Mary Jane across the room because he found out he was the clone. Fuck it! I'm done. That was my moment. That was totally the moment.
Yep.
Captain Blue 42 says, has there ever been a movie or a game where you thought it would have been great if it wasn't attached to an existing franchise? My example is The Bureau, which is an okay game, but a terrible XCOM game. That would require far more thought than I can give it in a moment. Great if it wasn't attached to an existing... And by the way, don't tip. We're done reading the tips. Don't bother. I'm not going to read it if it pops up.
That's an interesting question. Where it's like something like for an example, and this is not a good example because I haven't played it, but that Injustice fighting game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it might be a good fighting game, but I don't like the idea of superheroes fighting together. I'm trying to think of that's so weird because a lot of times like the tie-in is what makes it important, but like, I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Take more thought than we have right now.
Yeah.
And yes, chat. Peter Parker beat his wife with his superhero strength during the Clone Saga. The Clone Saga was awful. Lando was taken, says. Did anyone at RLM catch the new honest trailers for Rogue One? If so, did any of the jokes sound familiar? I actually have not seen that.
Yeah,
I have not seen that. Occasionally I'll watch the honest trailers, but it's not like religious where like I'm sub to them and here's the new one.
Yeah. No, I haven't.
So I haven't.
I haven't seen that. You know what I did watch today? So I need to show you this afterwards because it blew my mind and I've watched it probably a dozen times.
Yep.
A drummer does a drum routine to the end scene of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
Not to the music, to the dialogue.
Okay.
I need to show you this because it's blowing my fucking mind. He drums the dialogue and it sounds like it fits. And then he has another one for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And I've watched them each a dozen times and it's beautiful. Speaking of just videos that I watched today, that's all. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I have nothing more. That's all I got.
Here's the portion of the stream where we read the names of the people who subscribed to our channel during the stream.
It's true.
Genghis Borgnine, 29 months in a row.
Tardcore.
The Rev Numbers.
Jareth Garros says 6 months. This is starting to get serious.
Heliosphere, 1969.
Sinnerman says birds gotta fly, fish gotta swim, hack fraud's gotta hack fraud. Keep up the good work.
Shaq Soda!
Turbo Maestro Chesto says haven't caught a stream in a while. Well, welcome back.
John Elway's Teeth says, yay, 3 months.
Rotoscopic says put this filthy Twitch money towards reviving the wheel.
Weckless for 30 fucking months in a row.
My turds are green for 28 fucking months in a row, says Rich. How many showers did you need to take to wash away that creepy sleaze from the worm video?
Yeah, it was, it was disgusting, but I really didn't need a shower.
That was really gross.
Yeah, lots of things in nature are gross. It's nature.
It's true.
Dr. Smoke Trees says, hey guys, you don't need to play the Witcher games in order any more than you need to watch Indiana Jones in order. Witcher 1, the game part is pretty bad. Just skip to 3. Missing it would be worse than missing Zelda Breath of the Wild. Or Best of the Worst. Zelda Best of the Worst.
Striker 1121 for 23 fucking months in a row. I had a brain fart of when we started the fucking.
I think at that part you've got problems.
Yeah. Striker says, have I told you lately that I love you? Well, if that's your way of saying it, Striker, we appreciate it.
You just did. You just did.
Yep.
Not the jugs.
Sure, Noble Kinsman for 24 fucking months in a row. Chernobyl Kinsman says 2 years. 2 years! 2 fucking years! Since the Dead Rising no death run and its ill-fated crashes convinced me to throw small amounts of money at you. Thanks for the cheap entertainment.
Sven Pear.
By Sentius says
AIDS.
great.
Magic Flying Tiger says, oh, hot damn. Bayonetta is my jam.
That was a really fun game.
Yeah, I like Bayonetta.
I think I might play that more. Hera Young, 17 months in a row.
Hansa Fresh, 19 months in a row says, I'm back.
Welcome back.
The Ayatollah of rock and rolla.
A name that could desperately use some capitalized letters.
Fortunately, I'm a fan of Mad Max, the Road Warrior.
Oh, so you just read that right off. I just couldn't read that fast. Yeah. LAHD.
To Daxp, 27 fucking months in a row, says Rich. Visiting the lonely on Easter is a more Christian act than many Christians, including I suspect myself, will be doing that day.
Aww.
God bless you and enjoy your Easter. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Enjoy
that.
your Easter to Daxp. Proleet says 8 months. My God, so close to a year. I want you to know I'm great.
Lodum! I guess, and Lodum, thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
It's true, I really do. I like that Proleet was like, I want to tell you that I'm awesome. What a dickhead.